Simon & Schuster Audio presents Rising Tide, the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927 and How It Changed America, by John M. Barry. Read by George Grizzard.
On the morning of Good Friday, April 15, 1927, Seguin Allen, the chief engineer of the Mississippi Levee Board in Greenville, Mississippi, woke up to the sound of running water. Rain was lashing the tall windows of his home near the great river with such intensity that the gutters were overflowing, and a small waterfall poured past his bedroom. It worried him. He was hosting a party that day, but his concern was not that the weather might keep guests away. Indeed, he knew that the heavy rain, far from decreasing attendance, would bring out all the community's men of consequence, all as anxious as he for the latest word on the river. It had been raining for months. Tributaries to the Mississippi had already overflowed from Oklahoma and Kansas in the west to Illinois and Kentucky in the east, causing dozens of deaths and threatening millions of acres of land. The Mississippi itself had been rising for weeks. It had exceeded the highest marks ever known and was still rising. That morning's Memphis commercial appeal warned, "The roaring Mississippi River, bank and levee full from St. Louis to New Orleans, is believed to be on its mightiest rampage. All along the Mississippi considerable fear is felt over the prospects for the greatest flood in history." Hours later, with the rain heavier yet, the men of consequence appeared at Allen's door. Even Leroy Percy appeared. No man mattered more in the Mississippi Delta than he. 67 years old, still imperious, with measuring eyes, silver hair, and frock coat, he seemed a figure from an earlier age. If so, he had been a ruler of that age, and in the Mississippi Delta he ruled even now. Not only a planter and lawyer, but a former U.S. Senator, an intimate of Teddy Roosevelt and William Howard Taft, and a director of railroads, the Carnegie and Rockefeller Foundations, and a Federal Reserve Bank. Percy's political and financial connections extended beyond Washington and New York.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?